2016 Brazilian GP, he became the youngest driver to have ever set a fastest lap record at just a month over 19 years old. The circuit underwent renovations during the late 60s with the hope that modern facilities would entice the FIA to host a Formula 1 GP. After hosting a non-championship GP in 72, the attendance of over 100,000 people, the FIA agreed to host the championship GP the following year. The 1973 Brazilian GP was won by none other than Emerson Fittipaldi on his home circuit. McLaren, as a constructor, was the most wins on this circuit. The total was 12 with their name. However, Ferrari has not won either. The Brazilian Grand Prix of 2008 was seen as one of the closest title battles in F1 history. Lewis Hamilton shattered the dreams of Felipe Massa to take the championship in the final corner on the final lap of the race. The Brazilian Grand Prix of 1994 was the last time any World Championship F1 race was won by over a lap. The circuit's former name, Interlagos, translates from Portuguese to between lanes. The circuit's given name due to two lakes inside the area that were originally used for drinking water and for electric power. Having been scheduled as the season finale.
Good evening everybody and welcome back to part 2 of season 20's debut weekend. Here we are once again at Brazil, and it is of course Div 2, bringing you lots of chaotic action from a very, very wet Interlagos circuit for round 1 of this season. So some of the drivers on track. Let's go on board. On the first one on track, it's the always exciting Cassidy's on full wet tyres, and as it comes across the line for the first time, we'll take a lap on board with him down into turn 1. Here we go. Keep that curve on the inside, but want to stay off of it in these conditions. Ride the curve through 2. Bit of a moment there. We get on the curve through 3. Power now down. There's no DRS in these conditions as he heads down towards turn 4. Could be one of the best overtaking opportunities should we have a dry race. Switch there now through 5. This corner can be treacherous in these conditions. Cat gets around the 90 now, start ploughing back up the hill into the infield section. Then to the long right hand, the double apex here. Oh, back end time to get away. Just about pulls it round. And the apex 19 looks downhill again into the long left. Stay tight to the curb. Car drift over to the right, then short sprint back up the hill. The second of these long looping right-handers in the infield section. Now we start dropping down the hill once again. Speed starts to build through the long left. Tricky new conditions again. You can see Cat working the wheel hard. Into the bottom corner we go. Now it's all about foot to the floor, climb up the hill. Use a quick left then. This will be where the DRS is active should we have a dry race. Up to the line, the first time on the board. Cat speed is a 1:21.1 there, so good lap from Cat as he sets the first flying lap of the new season. So welcome back then. It has been a long break for us here at FTRL, but we are up and running again finally now with season 20. And we are at the always exciting, ever popular Interlagos circuit as well. Drivers now starting to set laps, and it's Callum C who's currently on provisional pole with his first run at 20.1. Nearly 8/10 of a second up on Oxox. That's a very quick lap there from Callum. I think he'll be very happy with that. Setting the bank and there we go. And so we'll go down the runner riders in a second. Get myself sorted out again. There, up there with a zip across his mouth for saying rain. So I'm trying to think we have got some quick boys in Div 2. We do indeed then. So let's take down the runners and riders, starting with the reigning champ. Oh, Diego's gone. So unfortunately Diego has already crashed out of this session. He will not be improving then, but we'll catch up with him in a second. And so we start off with our reigning champ Barcelona then. Finally delivered on his potential. Good evening, KC. He then out to defend his crown. He is in the championship winning Mercedes team, and he's very happy with his car choice for this season. And he defends his hard-fought crown last season. Oh, big moment for him there, trying to cut up the hill there, and these conditions very treacherous. Right, the power down now. He is going to be partnered by, under normal circumstances, Skirms. Now, Skirms is not with us this week, unfortunately. So he has a very rapid teammate in HG Oxhox. He's plying his trade in some Finnish leagues this season while he gets up to speed with the new game with no assists. Ooh, a moment there for him as well. So both Mercedes having twitchy moments. So Skirms will be your normal pilot for the second Mercedes. It is Oxhox this evening then. Last season's runner-up, multi-time Div 2 champ Brutus Beer in the Red Bull. Can he go one better this time? Snatch that crown back from his rival Barcelona. He's in the Red Bull and he's alongside Diego. So Diego will be his full-time teammate. Unfortunately, Diego has had a crop on the exit turn 5. This session is already over and done with then these very, very tricky conditions. Back for another shot then in the Ferraris. Evil Chris, who finally got his name on the winners list last season. A very quick driver, delivered on that potential he's been showing since he joined us. He got down to Div 2 last season. And I think a perennial front runner. Expecting some big things from him. He's currently sat P2. Now his normal teammate will be Dylan. Unfortunately, Dylan is at a football match this week. So filling in this week is LRE Tom, our Div 1 admin. Hoping to go a little bit better than he did last night. He crossed the line with no front wing after a dramatic end to his race, but a lot of pace shown from Tom in amongst that. So he looking for a strong run this evening. Then in the McLarens, we've always seen one of them. It's Casamaze. Always exciting, always dangerous, always spectacular. He's in the McLaren, and his teammate is his fellow Nordic runner in Elena Zekin, stepping up to a full-time ride. So they are your McLaren runners this season then. In the Aston Martin, we've got Aaron Trucker, who will be doing a car share with Daftchip this season. Daftchip with just work commitment spent. He has not signed up for a full season, but he will be sharing with Aaron where possible and filling in when not available. Now his regular teammate will be Limmy, who started off last season really strongly. Then dropped out just to focus on his studies, but he's back for a full season. Unfortunately, he's missing this week. So expect him back next week. So they are your Aston Martin pairs. We've already seen one of the Alfa Romeos, Callum. His teammate is FTRL stalwart Nexus Iceman. They are sharing the red and white, or burgundy and white Alfa Romeos this season. Then in the Haas, we've got Win It or Bin It. It's Captain Chubbs. He will be partnering Katz. Unfortunately, Katz not with us this week. He too has a football match. And unable to get somebody in time. So will be your Has Pone this evening. Splitting up Team Cat, Team Meow, Team Feline, whatever they call themselves. Just one of the felines in the Yaz team this season with Cat in the McLaren. Where haven't we been so far? We have not seen Alpine. Well, we find Michael Vienne. Another very quick point. He goes P7 with that run. His teammate is Sioni. Currently in the pits. They are your Alpine runners and riders. In AlphaTauri, we find Alex Pixie, who showed some good pace at times last season, so he'll be able to build on that. Not like that though. I think this is just a warm-up lap or a cooling lap for him. He is teaming up with his friend Zero Tau in the other AlphaTauri. AlphaTauri playing this week. And finally then in the Williams we have our Div 2 admin Matman. Our other Div 2 admin Matman. And he's partnered with Bossman, who should be joining us some point through the session. Just getting a little bit late from work, I believe. So there are your running riders for this season then. Big thing from Div 2 as always. Then current running order then with 8.5 minutes to go. Even Chris has gone to the top of the times, just nudging out Brutus Beer. They are both in on 19.6. Fox sitting third in 19.9, as is Chubbs. Ooh, let's see what Chris having a twitch, had a spin, and he's gathered it up though. Very tricky conditions. Chubbs and also Aaron Trucker on 19.9. So three drivers. Top two covered by half a tenth of a second, and then third to fifth covered by less than a tenth as well. Very close at the moment. They've got Tom in 6th, 20.0, just ahead of Michael Bien, also with 20.0. Along on that 20.1, behind the Barcelona. At the minute, and Casimi's in 10th. Diego's lap good enough for 11th, but he will not be able to improve. He is in a McLaren sandwich with Linda Zekin in 12th, and we've got Sioni 13th, Batman currently 14th. Who had a bit of track time last night in Div 1. Iceman 15th, and the two AlphaTauris together, 16th and 17th. Daft Chip, who does love this track. Let's see if he can go any better with his next run then. 30.0, so just he's had a moment somewhere on his first run. In the first sector, because he's about matched his time. We'll stay on board then with the Aston Martin. Man, again, you can see how tricky these conditions are. Back end getting loose there as he tries to get the power down. Down on to the end of sector 2. Let's see how with this checkpoint. Yeah, 9 seconds up. It's a little bit quicker this time. So that's where he must have had his moment last time around. Ooh, again, they're trying to get the power down. You see the back end snaking. Should now, though, just be flat to the floor. Stays tight to the wall, keeps the distance short as he heads to the line, and he goes P6 and right behind his teammate. Then, in fact, 8,000 per second separating the two Aston Martins, very evenly matched at this stage. So up there from Daft Chip puts himself onto the 3rd row. At Barcelona, how's he getting on? Can he improve? He's down in P10. Again, another driver who likes this track. Maybe more in the dry than in the wet, though. And down to the end of sector 2. Let's see how his lap time is. He's nearly 3 tenths down, so it doesn't look like he's going to improve on this one unless he can. We just see him have a twitch coming up the hill, so he might find some time. And that's a part of this lap. Comes to the line. Does he improve on P10? He does not. No, he found some time in the final sector, but not enough. Stays 10th for now. Now less than 6 minutes to go. And there's that skating off in the background behind him. It was his teammate, back Ox, so. What have we got on lap then? Let's see how Brutus Beer's getting on then. Currently P2. 42 hundredths of a second behind. He's currently 33 down in his current time. Can get a better run up the hill, which we'll find out. Stage again, holding the inside there, keeping the distance to the line as narrow as possible. Does he improve? He does. He goes fastest. He found some time in the final sector that goes fastest by 4 thousandths of a second. So Brutus Beer and Evil Chris trading the fastest laps. Brutus snatching back the initiative then. Evil Chris, where is he? Just behind him, starting another run. Well, Ox, he is 4 seconds down, so he's at a moment somewhere. What about Barcelona, his teammate? He is up now. He's nearly a quarter of a second up this time, so this will jump him into possibly 3rd if he can maintain that speed up towards the line. Here he comes, and he does indeed go 3rd fastest then, so it's now an all Mercedes 2nd row. Trying to bring himself back into the mix there, then good run from him that time. Validated. What about Iceman? Not improving this time. Sioni has just finished a run. The drivers, and obviously with it being wet, they're probably doing numerous laps then, because obviously the tyres will last. And the DRS were about either he's on a slow down lap though. Callum, interestingly, he's now sat in the pits on the intermediates now. I don't think it looks ready for intermediates yet, but we shall see. What about Aaron then? See how he's going to get on this time. Ooh, McLaren in the background having a big twitch. Ooh, and again, and into the wall. Which one of them was that? It was Casimi's there. He saw him there sliding through turn 3, and the back end got away from him. And unfortunately into the wall, and that has ruined this one. Oh, and there goes Aaron to the wall as well. Out of 5. We saw Diego crash there, so again I wonder. Then on into the worst happens to spin. Well, is it true? It doesn't look dry enough though. It doesn't look. Well, we had a bit of rain last night in the Div 1 race late on, with about 6 to 8 laps to go. The rain fell. safety car came out, so some people gambled on slicks, some people gambled on inters. It was the inters with the right call. The track did get wet enough from the end. As Hox goes fastest by 6/10 of a second. That's a very impressive lap from him. On no assistance, so trying to find his pace. He found it with his Linus Deacon goes second fastest, then out of nowhere the McLaren. Is the track drying perhaps? Now Linus Deacon is a solid driver, but that has shocked me. I'm not going to lie, that's a shock. That pace has shocked me. Linus Deacon then throws himself onto the front row of the grid. So brilliant job from him. Does Brutus improve? No, he does not. What about Evil Chris? He's down as well, so we're struggling a little bit. Yeah, but I'm saying it's very difficult to judge the crossover period at the moment. Looking at it from the outside, though, I'm inclined to say it's not ready yet, but the cars on track are the ones to know. Further back, and Barcelona getting on. I think he's on a cool down lap. He's just recharging the battery. Got a spin for one of the Alpha Tauris. Now Alex Pixie has decided to call an end to his session then, so he will start at best P14. His teammate has also called the session, so Zero Town will start 18th. Following any grid penalties that get picked up. Hoffman has invalidated this run, and oh, we have a Tauri in the middle of the track, facing the wrong way. Because having to skate around him. Gioni has also retired from the session, so he's not going to improve. Oh, Stockton, sector 1, down by 33 thousandths. What about Linus Deacon? Is he on another flying lap? He is. Provian has decided he's not going to improve. Chubbs as well, also then, retiring from the session, so we're getting into the final part of the session then. Some drivers on track then missed the sector time, so we're too busy trying to see how much time is left. We've got the yellow flag in sector 1. So less than a minute to go then. So as we do the final runs, Linus Deacon has decided to pull over. His session is done. What about Brutus then? Can he find some time? What about Evil Chris? Starting a new lap. So let's have a look at his first sector split point. This will be his final flying run. He's down by 6/10 in sector 1. So oh, into the wall he goes, and so that's his session over. So Evil Chris will not improve. What about Brutus? In the sector 2, he's 3/10 of a second up. But that will not be enough to put him on the front row. So can he find any time? The Callum up to P5 then. Great lap from Callum. Callum very impressive in this session. Does Brutus find some time in the final sector? He doesn't. Not enough, so he stays third. Anybody on lap? That one on a lap. That one is Barcelona. Where is he? He's into the middle sector. He looks like he's up as well. So we'll stay on board with him first. Only P6. And he's now 3/10 of a second up then. So big improvement here. This could be second row. Again, no, though. Linus Deacon's time. Very, very impressive. Comes into the line. Stays tight this time. Does he go to the second row? He does. He goes third. He finds a bit more time in the final sector. Jumps Brutus bit. So second row for him. That man improves to 13th with that final run then. 20.8. And yeah, that then is your lot. And first blood then to Octox. Over and done with then, but a very, very impressive lap time from Linus Deacon. He will share the front row with him. Great job then to Octox on pole by 2/10 of a second from Linus Deacon. Barcelona starts third. It's a Finn and Swedish lockout of the top 3 places. Brutus Beer then, last season's runner-up alongside his title rival from last season on the second row. Evil Chris and Callum share the third row. Great effort from Callum there. Chubbs and Aaron Trucker will be on your fourth row. Daft Chip and Tom start 9th and 10th. Michael Vien will start 11th. Casimir starts alongside him P12. Batman then 13th. Alex Pixie 14th. Sione starts P15. Diego starts P16 after that early crash. Next is Iceman down in P17. Zero Tau is 18th. And Bossman, who just arrived, will be starting P19 and last in this one. So, wet qualifying. What conditions is the race going to bring us, though? Let's wait and see. Wait now for the screen. Good evening, Zomwa, by the way. We've got a very dry-looking circuit for the race, at least. I might explain why some of the drivers were just tiptoeing around a little bit in that session. We had a dry setup. In very wet conditions. If there's some maybe gamble on a wet setup for quali. We shall see how they get on in the race. Just waiting then for everybody to ready up. The good thing about being on the PS5 now, my load times are instantaneous. Love that. Love that for me. Countdown begins. And so, any predictions for the race? And who do you think is going to win? Who do you think is going to be on the podium? Any surprises in there? We've got Linus Eakin up there. We've got Callum up there as well. Could they bring us shock in this one? What's Bossman going to do from the back of the grid? He's coming to this very, very green. We head up on the formation lap as we are joined by FTRL's newest race winner. Graham in the chat, good evening my friend, congratulations again for last night, outstanding drive from you. What a race we were treated to last night. Hopefully the Div 1 drivers, Div 2 drivers can provide equal amounts of excitement. We shall see. Okay, Austin's already just got off in the session. Not going well then. So the grid order is as follows. Oxox starts on pole position, he's on the hard tyres. Of course the drivers no longer have to start on the tyres they qualify. You've got free tyre choice. And so Oxox is starting on the hard, so he's getting along in the first stint alongside him. Linus Eakin is on the soft tyre, so expect to see Linus Eakin fly off the line. Barcelona starts P3, the second Mercedes also on the hard tyre then, as is Brutus Beer in 4th in the Red Bull. Evil Chris starts P5, he's on the medium tyre, as is Callum alongside him in the first of the Alfa Romeos. Captain Chubbs leading the house charge tonight, he's on the medium tyre, as is the man alongside him on the 4th row, Aaron Trucker. His teammate Daft Chip, currently cutting some grass, is also on the medium tyre, as is LRE Tom in the second of the Ferraris. In P11 we find Michael Vien, he's on the hard tyre in the lead Alpine. Cassidy's going aggressive off the start, he's on the soft tyre. Watch out for some fireworks from him. Then Matman starts P13, he's on the medium tyre. Same strategy he pulled last night. Hopefully that will work out for him quite nicely. Alex Pixie starts P14, he's also on the medium tyres in the lead of the AlphaTauri. Sione starts P15, he's on the hard tyre. Diego starts P16, he's on the mediums. And then on the 9th row we've got Iceman P17, he's on the softs, as is Zero Tower alongside him. And then we've got Bossman on the medium tyres. Back of the grid, somebody is in the wall in the background. It is Chubbs, of course. Of course. Drivers are not quite getting the grid starting like as well. So of course the new feature on this year's game is that you basically dictate where you start relative to your pit line or the grid line. So you've got to try and time it or judge it so that you start ideally in the box. Here we go then. Got 5 red lights. The revs go up. And away we go. And it's a good start from Oxox. Here comes Linus Eakin though. Those soft tyres are going to switch on, but Oxox is going to hold the lead into 1. Brutus has jumped Barcelona behind him. Down through turns 1, 2 and 3 we come for the first time then. And the drama in the pack. Everybody seems to have got around okay so far. Bit of jostling of the pack, and away we go then. Oh, in the background, carnage. There's cars off in the background. Diego's involved, Batman I think as well. Bossman's in there. Both Williams caught him in that crash. Diego's got no front wing. Zero Tower I think got away with it, but some chaos then as they came out of turn 3. There's some drama further back then, so not everybody surviving that one. So Williams and got going again though. No safety car call in, so Oxlox continues to lead. Minazika P2, Brutus up to third, ahead of Barcelona. Chris stays over, Chubb's up one into sixth, Tom's up three. Great start from the Ferrari man, up to seventh. Callum down two, Caterby's up three. Sioni's up four in P11, just behind Aaron Trucker, who's down two. We've got Michael down one, Daft Chip down four start from him. Iceman's up three, and then benefit from that chaos that happened further back. We go across the line then for the first time. There's no DRS onto lap three. Linazika then working on the back of Oxox then. A bit of a gap back then to Brutus. Ooh, what's going on in the background there? That was Chubbs going past evil Chris. Oh, unexpected sped in the pit lanes. Into the pits comes Alex Diego. Here comes Tom and his teammate. And Tom goes through, so evil Chris losing a couple of places on that lap. We have a moment somewhere. I think we just got caught cold a little bit there by that move from Chubbs into one, just ruined his momentum. Allowed Tom to steal through as well. Barcelona and Brutus changing places then. Barcelona trying to go all the way around the outside. I'll give him the inside for the right hand and then bang wheels. And through we go on Chubbs down the inside as well. Captain Chubbs ever the optimist. And through he goes on Brutus bit. He's now under attack from Tom. His hard tyre's not quite switched on just yet. He's held off the Ferrari for now. But then up the inside goes the Ferrari coming out the bottom corner. Now it's a drag race up the hill. A little bit further back, who is that? Zeroed out. Oh, as you were then into the first turn. So, battle for the lead then, currently Oxox first. Oh, Linazika spun out P2! I was about to say it was a battle for the lead. Unfortunately, McLaren has spun off. On the exit of turn two. Oh, big shame for him. He was having such a great race as well. Great qualifying. Right in the back of the race leader. And unfortunately, he span out and he's all the way down to 14th. Oh, and now Zero Tail's gone round as well. So that gives Oxox a 2-second lead there. Now he's clear. So Mercedes 1-2. Barcelona second. LOA Thomas got past Brutus then. Oh, he's looking down the order. Oh, it's Callum. Oh, Callum's at a moment somewhere, unfortunately. And we've got one car now running away at the front at the moment. 2.3 seconds to the good. And that pack is split up a little bit. Chubbs is at a moment somewhere. There's a Barcelona second, LRE Tom. And third, then 2 seconds back to Brutus. Then so Brutus is at a moment somewhere. He's now got Evil Chris right on the back of him. With DRS as well. LRE Tom sets the fastest lap of the race. Racy then, Evil Chris comes into the second DRS zone. He's going to be close enough this time. I think the Red Bull's going to be far enough ahead. Then Chubb back down to P6. Further back, there's a move there going on. That's Sioni going past Aaron Trucker, is it? He's now up 7 places, so he's had a really good start to this race. Up behind his teammate then, so the Alpine's now 7th and 8th. That's a combined 11 places. 4 for Michael Vien, 7 for Sioni. Well, Trucker trying to get that place back again, right on the back of the Alpine. Just behind them, we've got Nicholas Iceman. Catamese has lost some places after the early start. I wonder if those tyres are already starting to go off. Iceman now making good progress. So Catamese goes round the outside. Yes, we can do that now. There we go. There is our tyre situation. Oh, Catamese is very slow. Iceman has to go off the track to avoid him. I think those soft tyres are done already. And now Daft Chip trying to get involved in this as well. We saw last night a couple of guys started on the soft tyres. They lasted more than about 5 or 6 laps at the first. Quite a tyre-eating circuit. Here we go. Iceman coming back at Daft Chip into turn 1. Daft Chip leaves in the room but hangs on to the place. Good battle this then. And while there's... Dylan's tyres lasted 4 laps before they overheated last night. Well, we've had a change for P2. Tom has caught and passed Barcelona, and now he's giving chase to Oxox. Now Brutus and Chubbs battling. Chubbs got back ahead of Evil Chris. There's a little 3-car scrap going on here. Is Michael Vien very quickly getting involved as well then. So we've got a Dutchman at the front, a Dutchman at the back of this foursome. Those hard tyres already overheating then. Into the bottom corner. Lead down to under 2 seconds then, so Tom now just starting to ease up onto the back of Oxox. Of course he's on the medium tyre, so he will have a quicker tyre. It's of course less durable. Here comes Chubbs on Brutus to the inside, and the run down towards turn 1. He's in the squeeze. Down the inside he goes, Chubbs is up to 4th again. Then on the run down to turn 4 then. Of course now he's got no DRS, he also used a lot of his battery. Brutus looking to come back at him into 4, not quite close enough though. Just a little bit wide. There's a bit of a switch on the curve there, but okay. And this does a battle back here then. So Captain Iceman still circulating, still on those soft tyres. Soft chips have to settle in behind them for now. Got a little back to Callum. He's got a great qualifying, good start, but it's been shuffled backwards unfortunately. We've got Mattman recovering after that opening lap drama that he had. We're hoping for a safety car. Diego's 15th just for his dramas. He got caught up in that accident as well. We've got Alex Pixie and Bossman with him, so a good 3-car battle going on them. Mazika has pitted. He's now on the hard tyres, and Zero Towers had some dramas as well. Time to go a lap down to the race leader, who is actually pulling away again. Meanwhile, Michael Vien goes past Evil Chris into turn 1. Evil Chris is going to come back at him though. Not done yet, but Michael gets the move done. Great job. Alpine man up to P6 then from side 11th, so he's at 5. Next on his target is his friend and his fellow countryman. Now, I don't know if Brutus has had a moment here, but Captain Chubbs is pulling away. Now, of course, Chubbs is on the medium tyre, but Brutus is on the hard, so that might explain some of it. Evil Chris on the medium tyres as well. He'll be keen to try and get past. Michael's a little bit wide though, and Evil Chris is back up the inside of him. He'll have the outside though for the next corner, so not the ideal line. We'll drop him behind again. Now Evil Chris now looking racy again, right on the back of the Alpine. Can he find a way back through? Does Brutus have a problem? Possibly some wing damage? I'll explain why he's just dropped away. Thing on the hard tyre, he's not going to stop Michael then, just going to blast around the outside there with DRS, through he goes. As Evil Chris follow him, not quite, he's not close enough. Don't know if he had a twitch, maybe trying to get on the power up the hill. So the two Dutch boys switch places. Michael now up to P5. Got DRS before the Red Bull, but I don't think he's going to be close enough. Now trying to close in on the battle. 1.7 seconds back. He's got Katamis to couple in. So Katamis, despite being on the soft tyres, is still going. He's actually caught the back of Stioni. Now, he's also passed Aaron Trucker, I believe. I don't know if Aaron's had a moment, so his dash has cleared Iceman now. He's now falling back towards his teammate. That man is also closing on that one. There's this scrap going for 15th, 16th and 17th. Now I've got Alex Pixie at the front of it, Boss standing behind him, and Diego. Such a shame for him. A really good start to this race. Now then, lead is 2.5 seconds at the moment between Oxfox and LRE Tom, who is just dragging around Barcelona at the moment. I think Barcelona's quite happy to just sit there. Pulled around. Chubb's now in a lonely P4. Oh, what's going on there? Oh, Michael spun. Michael spun on the exit of 2. So all the hard work's been done. He's back down to where he started, and it's going to get worse for him because through goes Iceman. And I think Callum might get him here as well. Oh, it's a big shame for Michael. Really solid opening stint to the race. Got him all into contention for a podium, and has unfortunately span out of contention now. So he'll be hoping for a safety car. Bring him back into contention. At least 3 in this battle. I'll say 3, now just 2. Brutus Spirit at the head of it. Evil Chris right behind him. And Sioni continuing to get close to Cat, despite being on those soft tyres, hanging on quite nicely. 9 laps now on those tyres, or will be when he completes this lap. The two Aston Martins in the background together. I've had a bit of a moment going off there, although for those soft tyres not looking great. Maybe they are already over and done with. Chip drafting past his teammate. Or is he? They're still side by side. They come down to turn one. Chip has the inside though, and through he goes. And getting the move done. Michael and Callum. Oh, Callum's gone deep. Gets the move done. Oh, no, has to back out of it. And gets the penalty for his troubles as well there. So got the run up the start finish straight, went in to the inside of turn one, but just outbraked himself unfortunately, and loses that position back to Michael, so he'll have to go again. They're both now closing down on Nicholas Iceman. Look like this battle raging on as well. Still Alex Pixie from Bossman from Diego. Yellow flag. Oh, was that the race leader? I think that might have been the race leader. Who was it? Who was that? Oh, yellow flag. It might have been Linazika actually. I'll think about it. That may have been Linazika then. So I thought maybe that is, however. Oh, Zero Towers cutting some grass. So yeah, the race lead is still 3 seconds. Tom going defensive from Barcelona. I think Barcelona at the moment is just content to sit in behind. Just bearing in mind they're on different tyre strategies, so it's not the end of the world for Barcelona. He knows he'll go longer, so he does want to try and clear. But at the moment, in lap 11 of 36, probably a little while to go yet before Tom will be thinking about a pit stop. Of course, Barcelona, if you saw last night when there was a threat of rain, a lot of the drivers who started on the hard tyre went very deep into the race until it started to rain before they switched to the intermediates. A minute. Chubbs now just trying to chip away at that gap a little bit. No man's land at the moment. He's got 7 seconds behind now, so he really has dropped Brutus' spear. I do wonder if Brutus is just carrying a little bit of wing damage, because he doesn't have great pace at this stage of the race. See what Chris glued to the back of him, trying to find a way through. They're defending resolutely for all he's worth. Bosman getting a penalty into the pits has come Iceman, and so Iceman's getting off of those soft tyres. He's cried enough. And what is he going to switch to? Is he going to go into the hard tyre, or is he going to try the mediums? He's still not able to find a way through, so Bruce is doing a really good job of holding position. Much to Evil Chris's frustration, I imagine. On those medium tyres, he probably would be quicker. You can see how... Oh, he's going to go down the inside. Here is he. Through he goes, down the inside. There we go then. So gets the move done, where he will have the tyre advantage. I just wonder if Brutus is carrying some wing damage. Yeah, I agree, Graham. After we saw last night, Dylan was off his tyres after about 5-6 laps. Especially at the start of the race when the car's at its heaviest. That chip has passed Katamis, who might have had a drama because he's going slowly. Through as Aaron as well. So yeah, I think Katamis' tyres are past their best. And I imagine the McLaren now will be heading for pit lane as well. He's very slow. Oh no, Michael spun again. Oh, shame for Michael there. Callum gets in this time. Katamis' tyres are very much done, I think. Very gingerly into the pit lane. Well, if he had a puncher there, he's taking out one of the bollards. So pits for Katamis, getting off of those soft tyres. The steering while has just gone back past Evil Chris. Yes, he has. So, having got the move done, unfortunately, Evil Chris finds himself staring at the back of that Red Bull once again. Can't get clear. Gap for the lead has come down dramatically now then. So now LRA Tom is closing down on Oxox. That gap is back down to 2 seconds. It was nearly 3 a couple of laps ago. Evil Chris has though just got the move done to Brutus again. So at the same place as last time, the Ferrari's back ahead. The Red Bull, it's like watching F1 for real. Ferrari versus Red Bull. A man from France against a man from... Oh, the potential difference. Okay, he's Monegasque. Dirk part of France, and a man from the Netherlands. Now he seems to have opened up a sizable gap this time, so I think he might be safe. He's just pushing hard to try and close that gap. He's got DRS still, of course, but not going to be close enough this time. Not into turn 1 anyway. What about turn 4 though? He's now right back with him. Ferrari. May just be able to see. No, he isn't. That Red Bull is quick in a straight line, and through he goes again. Into 4. So good move for Brutus, back into P5. But they're now 10 seconds behind Chubbs. So Brutus and Chris just tripping over each other here. You can see him again trying to build wide. I think Brutus will telegraph that move this time. Oh, and he went to the back of him there. I think he did. And hopefully he hasn't damaged his wing. I'm going to try and go around the long way. I've got a terrible camera angle, so I can't see where the Red Bull is, but he's not in shot. There he is, to the left, down the inside he goes. Through goes Evil Chris again. Great battle between these two, but they're just costing each other time. The gap now 11 seconds to Chubbs. Oh, in the background, spinning off Sioni. Oh, the other Alpine having a drama now as well. Through go the Aston Martin pair. Brisson hugging the inside, but here comes that Red Bull. He's quick in a straight line. He's going to have the inside for turn 1. Through he goes with the DRS. Good scrap these two there. The Aston Martin's in the background. Oh, Diego's gone. Oh, he's done in the pits. He is retired in the pit lane. What's the and spinning off further back. That's not sure who that is. It might be Boss Man. He can have his moments in peace. And once again, the Red Bull able to hold off the Ferrari. Now will the Ferrari find a way through in this middle sector of the... Oh, Brutus having a big twitch there. Oh, Brutus has got a warning then. So he was trying to go around the outside again. Again, he's got the inside. So again, Brutus has to let him through, but these two continue to change places. Now, Chubbs suddenly has had a drama. Because he's now 10 seconds behind the leader. Oh, Bossman's gone. Where has Bossman gone? He's in the pits as well, unfortunately. Chubbs in the pits. So Chubbs is pitting. Gap between the leaders about the same. Bossman is still working on the back of the Ferrari, but not able to find a way through. Brutus Beer then going up to 4th as Captain Chubbs pits. Down to 4th place. And this is now the battle for 4th, and once again the Red Bull has got back ahead of the Ferrari. But now Chris is back ahead of the Red Bull. Oh, did Brutus have a moment there? Because I thought he had a big lead. Coming onto that straight, I think Brutus has had a drama there somewhere. And Daft Chip now bringing himself into play as well. So far, 1 lap 16 and 36, no safety cars. Great job so far, Div 2. Run down the other end. Aaron Tucker just behind his teammates. A bit of no man's land at the minute though. 4 seconds behind his teammate. 3.5 ahead of the Alpine. Of Sioni, who's now just over 2 seconds, under 2 seconds rather, ahead of his teammate. So the Aston Martin's running together. Oh, as now we've got pairs at the top. So it's the Mercedes 1-2 as LRA Tom pits from 2nd place. So off go the mediums, on go the hards. On his way goes the Ferrari then, so it's 2 Mercedes, 2 Ferraris at the top. And we've got the Red Bull and the 2 Aston Martins and the 2 Alpines. Callum then back into the top 10, but you've got Chubbs who's just out of the box on the back of him. In fact, Callum's peeling off into the pits now. That releases Chubbs, who's now just ahead of Matman. Oh, Callum sped in the pit lane. Got himself a 5-second penalty. Catamini's 13th. He's on the medium tyres in Catamini, so I would suggest maybe he might have to stop again. He's just at the fastest lap of the race though, so he's definitely got some speed. Nice one out behind him, he's on the hard tyre. And we've got Alex Pixie also on the hards. Ah, unlucky mate. I imagine that car was a bit of a handful. Callum after his pit stop out to 15th, and Lenazikin, big show for him after qualifying so well, running 2nd early on. He's P16 at the moment then, as the Aston Martins have just changed places again. because Daft Chip had a moment, because Daft Chip was about 4 seconds ahead, so I think Daft Chip's maybe had a moment somewhere. Aston's now swap places again, Aaron getting ahead. Is Daft Chip going to peel off into the pits here? So yes he is, so in comes the first of the Aston Martins. Here goes the Alpines. Chubb's now with the fastest lap of the race. And of course now Chubbs is probably in that battle for P2. Tom's pitted it back, so in fact, no, he's actually dropped a lot of time. There's Tom. Yeah, sorry, actually got quite a lot of time in there somewhere, so I'm not quite sure what's happened to Chubbs. And of course he had that spin, didn't he, before the pits where he lost about 10 seconds, so... or 8 seconds or so, yeah, that's about right actually. And of course he's now behind the Alpines. Now the Alpines are both on the hard tyres, they started on those. So he's got fresher tyres, but not a massive advantage in grip because those hard tyres, they'll be fairly grippy still. They plunge down the hill, coming on the back of Michael first. Siani 1.2 seconds ahead there. That's Tom going past Brutus in turn 1. Oh, one of the McLarens has gone. It's Catamese. He's spun at the bottom of the hill. There goes Iceman. And Chubbs then getting the move done on Michael Vien into turn 1. So he's passed one of the Alpines. Will now, of course, not have DRS, however. He goes defensive. I think Michael is too far back to be a threat. So now quickly trying to close down on the other of the Alpines. Okay, then as well, and he can set off after Aaron Trucker. So running order then on lap 20, Oxox still leads, having not pitted yet. Barcelona second, Mercedes 1-2, 2.5 seconds between those two. In third is Eva Chris then. Got so far back then, that battle with Brutus Beer really cost him a lot of time. He's now third, teammate Tom is behind him in fourth, having made his pit stop. But Eva Chris is in, so the other Ferrari now pits. And that elevates Tom back up to third, Brutus goes back into fourth, also in is Aaron Trucker. The second after making it stop. Here goes Siani and Chubb. Chubb's not close enough this time though. So break down for 1. There's a lock up into 1. So he goes. And Chubb's there getting the curve. There's a little penalty for him. Is he going to be close enough this time into 4? Don't think so. Siani I think will hold on to position for now. Sixth, 7th and 8th. Even Chris has just dropped out behind Matman. Now he's now on the hard side. If you can clear Matman quickly though, he's got a bit of clear track. He can get the hammer down. See where he ends up then. So probably about net P4 at the moment. P5, well net P5 isn't he? Sorry, because Chubb's ahead as well. So do anything across that gap. There's a big gap to the top 3. So probably only aiming for 4th. Barring a safety car, which on lap 21 of 36 so far has not yet appeared. So very good effort so far from Div 2 boys. Been quickly honing in the back of that Williams then. It's on the medium tyres he started on, so he'll probably be due a pit stop shortly. Again, so much better run up the hill. Matman's staying a little bit wide there. He was no, he goes dive to the inside. Comes Eva Chris down the inside into turn 1 with DRS, and that is the Ferrari man up into P7. He can now set about chasing down Captain Chubbs and Michael Pitts from the hard tyres. Medium soft for Matt, maybe. I said last night his problem was he burnt the tyres out, or Catamese has gone straight onto turn 1 as he has. So he has the fastest lap of the race, but he's also having a few off the track excursions now. So Michael Vien comes out just ahead of him there. And Alex Pixie closing him down, Callum there as well. Pit for the race leader, and so Oxox is in. Off go the hards, on go the mediums, away goes the Mercedes. So that puts Barcelona into the lead of the race. Now where is Tom going to come out relative to Oxox then? So Oxox coming around the inside of turn 1 now, and Tom is closing. So is Tom going to get the undercut here? There's Oxox coming out the pit lane. It's going to be close. It's going to be very close. Oxox getting up to speed. He's going to be just ahead, but Tom's got the momentum. Won't have the DRS though, but he is now right on the race leader, or the net race leader. So it's game on. The yellow flag further back. It's one of the AlphaTauris, 0 Tau. He's got going again. Money into the pits. So now this is now the battle for the net race lead. Now what does Barcelona do now? He's going to have to pit fairly quickly because he's going to start losing time to those behind him. He's going around again. We got currently 16.5 seconds. And we know he's going to drop to third. At the minute, he's not under any other threat. So, McLaren's gone around again. I think it's Catherine's again, unfortunately. Oh no, it might be Linda this time. It was Linda this time. All the battles we've got two Aston Martins together again. We've got back ahead of his teammate after the pit stops. We've also got Iceman, Michael, Rien and Ciani. So Michael's jumped his teammate as well through the pit stop sequence. And on the back of next is Iceman. Not climbing up the hill. DRS in a moment. He's to the inside already. And that is move done for Michael Rien, then up into P10. Now what can his teammate do about the Alfa Romeo? Into the pits. Check medium tyres. Martins have switched positions again. There's Aaron getting back ahead of his teammate. And they're going to try and just drag each other around. So they've now got a very rapid Alpine on medium tyres, hunting them down. Barcelona is in. Now that gap is down to 14.5 seconds. So he lost a couple of seconds on that lap alone. Oxox now has just been able to ease away from the Ferrari as well. The gap over a second. Tom has just clung on to DRS. Oxox sets the fastest lap of the race then at 1:10.2. Now where's Barcelona? Quite relative to Tom. There is Tom. Barcelona's car trundling down pit lane somewhere. Right, so there's first, there's second. Now watch to the right hand side. As the Mercedes about to appear. There he is. That's how much time he's lost. Going those extra couple of laps. And it is 4 seconds. So he's got 4 seconds to make up over the next 12.5 laps. So he is on the medium tyres. Tom is on the hards. So you imagine Barcelona should be able to ease up into the back of him. Oxox has now got out of DRS range as well. So Tom is not going to have the benefit of that to drag him around. Spears still circulating. Well, he is not yet pitted. You imagine he'll be in shortly. Just putting that up there on the AlphaTauri. The big battle at the moment is this one here. So we've got Aaron at the front, dash chip. Then we've got Michael Ciani who has cleared Iceman. Iceman's still there as well. Ox into the 9s now, 9-7. With Aston Martin versus Alpine, 8th, 9th, 10th and 11th. We've got Matman and Brutus yet to stop further up the road. Now is Brutus going for the soft tyre, I wonder? If I further around, it's one of the Aston Martins, I think. Alfa Romeo, sorry, he's had a drama. So Michael Ben's going to go the long way around the Aston. The daft chip is he's going to try, but Aston Martin's daft chip just escorts him wide. Or he's going to have another go here. Daft chip having a bit of a wobble there, coming off onto the back straight. Michael's got the run, down the outside he goes, and that is move done. So it's now Aston Alpine, Aston Alpine. And now Daft chip is attacking and defending an Alpine. While Michael is now attacking. Oh, Zilazica's gone. Oh, he's in the pits, unfortunately. Oh, big shame. Great qualifying. Great opening couple of laps. Unfortunately, that spin never recovered from that. Unfortunately, big shame, but great qualifying effort from Zilazica. Great to see him at the sharp end. Hopefully, we'll see some more of that this season. And so, The battle now. Tom is now 3.9 seconds off the back of Oxox, who is just banging in fastest laps. And that gap's Barcelona's down to 2.8 seconds already. The Alpines then lining up the Aston Martins. Michael then going to the inside. Oh, Matt sped in the pit lane. So Michael goes to the outside of inside of Aaron, while Sione goes to the outside of Daft Chip. Both of them get their moves done though. Oh, Sione's got a bit deep into one though. Daft Chip thought about coming back at him there, but I think he got run a little bit wide by Sione's line. He's just dropping off the back of this pack a little bit. Yeah, Mattman and Alex Pixley onto the soft tyres. So yeah, Graham called it. Matt has done the medium to the soft. We expect Brutus Beer then in any time. I fear he's going to be somewhere off the back of Evil Chris. So we're looking at P6 for Brutus here at best, I think. Barring a safety car, is he appealing in? No, he's going to keep going round. So Brutus Beer continues on his way. Very surprised at that. I thought he would have pitted by now. The soft tyres clearly to be on. These are the pits. Callum's in the pits for service drive-through penalty. His speeding penalty first. Imagine he's going to go onto the soft tyre now as well. He is. So why not? Get that soft tyre on. Get yourself a bit of grip. A bit of fun later on then. He did say that if he won this race comprehensively, he would come back to Div 1. So yeah, he is aware that he's perhaps too good for this division, but while he's doing no assists, I'm happy to let him dip in and out. But we all know that Oxox is a very, very quick boy, multi-time race winner in Div 1. He's had some epic duels with Tico and Dutch, and hopefully we'll get to see them again soon. Just imagining some of the guys like yourself in there as well. Self, Crims, Telsborough, if he can keep that pace up, that would have been great. Dutch and Tico, Oxox, that would be something to behold. Div 1. We've got a guy joined the server really, but unfortunately, because of the time difference from the Czech Republic, so he's a bit late. Well, this game is quite different in terms of the handling for Garni, so we'll give him that one. Brutus Beer finally in, and 27 laps on those hard tyres. On go the softs. And away goes the Red Bull. He was dropped behind Evil Christo. Now where is Michael Vienne? Coming along the start-finish straight now, he should just about stay ahead of him. Sione now trying to find a way past Aaron Trucker, but no way through. I think Aaron's still just about clinging on to DRS from Michael. That's just helping him hold off the Alpine for now. Again, the Alpine's had a really good run there though, but not good enough. Chip's got Iceman not far behind now. Iceman's on quite old tyres, Catamese as well, and Mattman on fresh soft tyres. Can he close in on them before the end of the race? We shall see. We'll have a red warning light for fuel. Oh, Michael with another penalty. The Oxford then now just cruising at the front now, 4.8 seconds to the good. Ellery Tom now looking more in his mirrors than he is ahead. That gap down to 1.4 seconds with 7.5 laps to go. Chubb's in a very lonely fourth place. Up to that moment he had somewhere earlier on. Might have been in that battle for second and third. Barring a drama, I think at the minute, fourth is going to be the best he's going to get. And now Brutus is 9 seconds behind Evil Chris. Can he close that down before the end of the race? So he's on 2 steps softer tyres. Coming down already. Evil Chris in a very lonely 5th at the minute. Sione has finally got the move done then on Aaron Trucker, I think, who's dropped out of DRS range of Michael Vienne. And that helps Sione get through. Of course, Sione on the medium tyres as well, Aaron on the hards. And now Iceman has got Catamese right behind him. These two know each other well though. I imagine they're in a party together, so there won't be too many fireworks from this battle. Unless Catamese just decides to send it. Which could happen, it is Catamese. It's been a very clean race from Div 2. It's almost as if this isn't Div 2 anymore. Usually by now, in Div 2 of old, or as it was at Div 3 at one point, there's been about 8 safety cars, 12 retirements, 16 lead changes, a lap, and 400 front wings gone. Everybody would have done about 6 pit stops. And, yeah, everything's very well behaved. Is Aaron close enough to make a move on Siani? Not this time around, but he's going to have another area of dig. What was that? Who was that? Oh, it's Michael. That was our source. Oh, Michael's gone at turn 1. Safety car. Safety car is out now. There we go. I spoke about it. Safety car out on lap 30 then. So now, what do the leaders do here? Oxford is going for fresh tyres. Tommy, you think, has to go for fresh tyres here. The top 3, it's a free pit stop. It's a free pit stop for the top 3 because they've got such a big lead. Now, what's Chubb's going to do? So Michael Vien then, spinning at turn 1, has brought out the safety car. Chubb's got a big gap as well, so I imagine he's going to pit. Oh no, Chubb's gone round. Chubb's gone round. Soft tyres for Oxox, soft tyres for Tom, soft tyres for Barcelona against Chubbs' 15-lap old hards. Now Oxox is going to hold on to the lead, but Chubbs is going to be second, I think. Yeah, just about. Just about hang on to it. But Chubbs, interestingly, has not pitted. May that be a mistake then? Into the pits, and Brutus is going to jump Evil Chris here, because of course he just pitted for soft tyres. And Sioni's going to head of Evil Chris as well. Sioni's carried on. That Chip's carried on as well, and so some drivers staying out on their old tyres. Aaron did, mate. That Chip has jumped Evil Chris. So, about the same time we saw the safety car in Div 1 last night, we've got one here in Div 2. First one of the night as well, very impressed. And that is a weird accident as well. Of course, it's Michael into the pit. So, a lot of people diving in then for soft tyres. The Iceman's got out on the mediums, interestingly. They maybe not have any soft tyres left to use. So we're going to have a sprint finish. Now, the only thing working in Oxford's favour here is that he's on soft tyres. The man behind him is on old hards, so he's got a car in between him and his two, you'd imagine, nearest rivals. He's on very old tyres, and he's probably not going to factor in this race for very long. Now, that might be a mistake from Chubb, if I'm honest. I think at worst he would have come out at 5th if he'd have pitted. Maybe on soft tyres, as everybody around him is still now P6 and so. Everybody's starting to form behind the safety car. The running order then on lap 32 and 36 is as follows. Oxox continues to lead then. He's on fresh soft tyres now. Chubbs is second but on old hard tyres. You imagine he's going to get swarmed by the pack at the restart. What can he hang on to from this one then? Tom has pitched for soft tyres. He's third. Barcelona's 4th. He's on soft tyres as well. Brutus Beer had just made his stop. He's on soft tyres then. Sigoni now P6. He's on the medium tyres. Daft Chip is 7th on the hard tyre as well. And we find Evil Chris, who's lost out a couple of places to those guys who have not pitted. So he's got a bit of work to do at the restart. He's now P8 Matman. That strategy has worked out very nicely for him. He does have 6 laps on his tyres. So there will be a little bit of a grip disadvantage. But he's in the mixer at least. Aaron's just pitted. He's now on soft tyres. He's P10. Next is Iceman's P11, but on the medium tyre. Catman P12. Catman. Catamise. Catamise is P12. He's on the soft tyre. Michael. I should say Matman, apparently. Michael is 13th, having brought out the safety car. Having a moment at turn 1. Got a fresh wing. Fresh soft tyres on. He's 13th. Callum is 14th. He's on 5 lap old tyres. He's also in the train behind the safety car, so he is in the pack. That's Pixie just behind him. He's 15th with his teammate Zero Tail also in the pack here. On the safety car now, they might be released around. Don't know if that function is in the game. We shall see. Now, safety car appears to be in this lap then, so Oxox is dictating the pace. And away he goes. Oh, Chubbs has spun the rear wheels up massively. They're trying to get the power down. Tom's already on him. This hard tyres did not switch on at all. Chubbs defending the inside. Tom's trying to go all around the outside. He's got so much more grip there, and that move is easily done. And through he goes, back up to P2. Further back then, Sigon is sent it on Brutus. Up to P5 goes the LP man. Here comes Evil Chris on Daft Chip. Brutus trying to come back then at Sioni. Got the Alpha Tower there. Chris has made the move down the inside of Daft Chip, so he's back on position. Barcelona now stuck behind Chubbs through this middle part of the lap. Tom now trying to chase down Ox. Oh, Chubbs is wide. Barcelona's going to try and go all the way on the outside and didn't change the position. Brutus Beer. Oh, Brutus had a moment. And I think he's missing an end plate. Is he? Oh, there's cars everywhere. More contact there with one of the Aston Martins down the inside. Oh, the McLaren gets into the back of him. Pushes him through. Brutus is struggling. Here comes the Mercedes then on the house. Oxford to the fastest lap of the race of 192. To the inside goes the Mercedes. Chubbs gives it the squeeze up against the pit wall. But through he goes. And oh no, Chubbs is fighting back. Oh, Barcelona ran deep. And Chubbs fights back, and now Sioni's attacking the Mercedes. Down towards turn 4 we go. No DRS on this lap either, of course. Even Chris now buying into this battle as well. Dash Chip's not far away, so is Aaron Trucker, who's got ahead of Matman. Both of them ahead of Brutus though. Brutus is going backwards here. Through goes Casamese on Brutus. Former teammates. Good evening, Dylan. Shame not to have you with us, mate. Hopefully back next week. So Brutus Beer, you must have some damage now because he's going backwards. Michael Vienne's on the back of him. Oh, spinning off his Callum. Oh no. Chubbs and Barcelona still duking it out. Chubbs still hanging on. Oh, Matman's gone. In the middle part of the lap, there's been some contact maybe. DRS is enabled. Here comes Barcelona to the outside this time of Chubbs. And he gets the move done. As Chubbs going to go back for it in the inside into turn 1. No, he doesn't have the grip. So Barcelona's got the move done, but he's now 3.5 seconds behind Tom. The front two have gone. Wheel to wheel, the Aston Martin pair. Aaron Trucker goes back ahead of his teammate then. Back of the Daft Chip. Michael Vienne moving past Brutus Beer. Oh, Brutus spins. Oh, he lost it on traction out of 4. And his race goes from bad to worse. Next is Iceman probably going to get jump ahead of him here. No, he might hang on. I think Brutus must have some damage. Floor damage maybe. Something he's just not seen at the races for a large part of this race. Even Chris has gone past Sioni. Still going to be a really good result for Sioni if he can hang on. He'll push it up to 5th now, closing in on Chubbs. Oh, Chubbs has a massive slide coming out the bottom corner. Heading up the hill, yellow flag for the back. Who is that? Might have been Alex Pixie, might be Zero Tout. Even Chris has now got the run on the Has. Heading up towards turn 1. Does he go for the inside? He does. He'll have so much more grip on the brakes, and through he goes. Can Chubbs fight back? Now he's got nothing to fight him with. That is move done for the Ferrari. The Has will have the DRS, however. He's had a good run through 3. He's going to go for the move into 4, is he? Oh, Chubbs thought about it. Chris shut the door on him. We're on the final lap of the race. Chubbs trying to go around the outside. He's not going to make that work, surely. And Sioni might get up the inside of him here. He's wide. Sioni down the inside. Chubbs going to try and hang on around the outside, but Sioni, oh, he can't quite get over it. Chubbs is still there. Swoops around the outside now, though. He might bump wheels here, but no. Sioni's got the inside for the next corner. Oh, Michael Vienne's gone round again. Lost a couple of places to Brutus and next to Iceman. There's Daft Chip battling hard as well. Daft Chip defending for his life, but up front it's going to be victory for Ox. He wins. Tom is 2nd. Barcelona will be 3rd. Evil Chris come through to 4th in the end then. Very good from him. Sioni will get P5. Chubbs ends up dropping down with the penalties though. Aaron Trucker gets P6. Katame's got Daft Chip on the run to the line. Daft Chip ending up 8. Chubbs down in 9th. Brutus salvaging P10. With Iceman 11. Michael Vienne had some dramas on the final lap. He ends up P12. Alex Pixie 13th. Callum will be the final finisher in 14th with Zero Tout all the way across the line in 16th. Mr. Max there, konnichiwa, my friend. How the devil are you, and how is Japan? Johnny gets driver of the day, and great effort from the Alpine man. From quite a way down the grid as well. Very solid effort from him. But there was to be no denying this man. Oxox is your winner of the opening round of Div 2. Of course, just reserving, so may not be putting in a title push, but a very measured drive for the Mercedes man. Tom, great job from him. P2, Barcelona getting off his title defence with a solid P3 as well. Maybe didn't have the pace for his teammate tonight, but you fancy you probably would have got Tom had there not been that safety car. Champagne flies. And there we have it then. Your winner is pole sitter Oxox. Tom coming up then from 10th on the grid for P2. Great job from the Ferrari man. Barcelona starts the season off with a podium. Even Chris comes home in P4. Sione, great job from him from 15th up to P5. Great drive from the LP man. Aaron Trucker gets a solid P6. Katamise up from 12th to P7 at the end there. Just jumping Daft Chip on the run to the line, who gets P8. Chubbs, those penalties just cost him at the end there. Ends up P9, that decision not to pit. Brutus Beer had a very dramatic race, then ends up P10. Next is Iceman, gets P11. Michael, who was up and down the order all race long, ends up P12. Alex Pixie, 13th. Callum, out of great qualifying, ends up P14. Matt Mann's retired, but still gets classified as 15th. Zero Tau, the final finisher, in 16th of the retirement. Linda Zekin, after that great effort in qualifying, 17th. Boss Man, who didn't get his set up on in time, and Diego unfortunately crashed out early on. And that then is week 1 of season 20 done in both divisions. 2 brilliant races, both punctuated by late safety cars, just adding a little bit of spice. But a very, very entertaining race nonetheless then. So that is week 1 done. What does week 2 bring us all? Good question. Well, we're going to the same place that the real F1 cars are going to this weekend. Next weekend is Belgium. It is Spa-Francorchamps next week. So please do join us for that. Of course, Tuesdays and Wednesdays at 8 p.m. FTRL is back, and is back with a bang. Of course, if you're a big fan of F1, you'll be watching the real F1 cars go around Spa-Francorchamps this weekend. Of course, F1 back after its summer break. So tune in for that then. But for this evening, from me, firstly, thank you as always to everybody who's joined in the stream. Like the stream, comment in the stream, always very much appreciated. And we'll do it all again next week, shall we? Yep, back again then. Same time, same place. Please do join us for that. But for me, from this evening, good night and goodbye.